Good day to everyone and welcome to Feature Friday. For our third episode, let us look into the part where everyone can relate to. It is close to not only our stomachs but also our hearts. Food. Today with us is Alzessa Alba, a culinary student from De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Hello po, Mix Alzessa. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. Hello po everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Okay naman ako. So, kamusta po ikaw, host?
So I guess we can now start for the interview. First and foremost, let the viewers know who you are po. Please tell us about yourself, background, achievements. How did you start out as a culinary student?
So, nung grade school pa lang ako, interested na ako sa business industry eh. So, gusto ko sana mag-work sa hotel and restaurant. And then, I was thinking before na baka mag-waiter ako or someone who works in the front lines. And then, I realized na hindi ko naman yun masyadong personality. And then, mas bagay sa personality ko yung mag-work ako behind the scenes. So, I decided na baka mag-kitchen na lang ako sa hotel restaurant industry. And then, I decided na, sige, baka mag-chef na lang ako. And even then, interested na rin ako sa mga shows, mga cooking shows, like Master Chef, yung mga DC Cupcakes, mga reality shows tungkol sa cooking. So, I always had the interest for it. And then, eventually, nung high school, when I actually started cooking na, I started cooking lang sa bahay. I would cook dinner for a family. And then, high school pa lang to, and then nag-evolve siya na parang, baka try ko, for example, itong recipe, try ko tong recipe. Maybe, try ko tong dish na parang gagawin ko ng creative spin. So, doon nag-start yung interest ko. And then, eventually, nung senior high school, decided na ako na, yes, magiging chef na lang ako in the kitchen. And then, I started researching kung anong mga available schools, and yung nahanap ko na best fit for me was yung De La Salle College of St. Benilde. And syempre nag-enroll na ako, I started studying, and then habang nag-aaral ako, mas na-realize ko na parang this career or track talaga is bagay sa akin, and it fits my goals in life, which is gusto ko rin maging restaurant owner in the future. So going through this track, kaya ako napunta dito sa culinary arts as a student. Ayan.
Maka-relate ako medyo sa DC Cupcakes and yung mga wedding cakes na mga reality shows, napaka-entertaining nun. Oo. What are your favorite aspects sa work mo sa industry in general?
Before, I thought I would the favorite thing that I would love, iniisip ko before, would be like the cooking. Pero when I started cooking na talaga in a professional setup or like laboratory setup, na-realize ko na maganda yung work relationship with your co-workers or your classmates na kasama mo sa school. So, yun yung looking forward or yung pinaka-gusto ko sa industry ko is working with other people.
Did someone inspired you to take up this course?
Course. No, kasi I always had this interest sa cooking, and then I decided on my own, and then sinabi ko sa parents ko, and then super supportive naman sila, and so parang yun na rin yung nag-push sa akin na i-push ko na rin yung culinary arts in college kasi supportive naman yung parents ko. Pero looking back, na-realize ko na biggest inspiration or biggest influence sa akin pagdating sa interest in cooking is my father. Kasi yung tatay ko would always cook for us in the family. Siya yung cook sa family. So doon ako na-inspire. And then, hindi ko na-realize growing up, na-realize ko na lang nung high school, nung mas aware ako sa mga bagay-bagay or like growing up, mas na-realize ko na before maging government employee yung tatay ko, naging cook pala siya before. So, ito, nalaman ko na lang siya later in life na naging cook yung tatay ko sa business, gano'n. And then I realized that yung kapatid niya is also, my uncle, is also works in the same industry. Pero siya, cook naman sa ship, pero retired na siya ngayon. And so, sila yung biggest influences, kumbaga, before and now.
Oh, so you're a family of cooks pala. So do you have like moments with your uncle and your dad cooking sa kitchen?
Yes. Actually, my father already passed away. It was in 2018, first year college, kaka-start pa lang sa culinary arts. So he passed away. So my only memories with him was cooking in the kitchen ng bata. So every time na magluluto siya for lunch or dinner, every time na nasa bahay siya, ako yung tipo na lalapit sa kusina and then I would just look around and he would initiate na parang, okay, hiwain mo tong sibuyas, hiwain mo tong bawang, ako yung taga-hiwa sa side. And then, from time to time, titingnan niya ako na parang, ay hindi ganyan yung tamang paghiwa ng sibuyas, dapat ganito kasi di naman tayo nagluluto ng ano. For example, naalala ko tong this moment nung pinahiwa niya ng sibuyas. Tapos, syempre, I'm not familiar with cutting pa vegetables. And then, ang niluluto namin nun is parang adobo lang niluluto namin. Pero hinihiwa ko siya na parang circles. Alam mo lang yung circles sa onion is parang bistek. Per Tagalog bistek. So, tinuruan niya akong paano ganon. So, yun yung mga memories ko sa kanya, like moments in the kitchen sa bahay. Tapos yung uncle ko naman, when my father passed, yung uncle ko lived with us for a while. So, kumbaga, siya rin nag-take over sa kitchen noong time na yun. So, lagi siya nagluluto ng lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and every time na magluluto siya, I would be in the kitchen, trying to help, asking kung paano niya to gawing recipe, paano niya to ginagawa. Basically, trying to learn anong alam niya. Kasi parang sharing recipes na rin. Kasi asking na parang, ano yung nilagay mo dito, paano mo niluto, ganon. And then that's how I learned in the kitchen.
I'm sure your father would be very proud po, and my condolences. How would you define your kind of work in your own terms? What can you say about it as a form of art? Diba? May meron naman kasi sa culinary art. So,
yes. So, this usual term kasi ginagamit sa amin or usual words to describe is culinary arts is both science and art. It becomes science kasi when you cook, may mga chemical reactions yan kasi you use heat and different elements. So, kahit sa baking lang, you have to consider yung chemical reactions ng ingredients sa isa't isa and then how it reacts din dun sa heat. Anong temperature, anong time, ganong kahaba before you let a dough rest. Mga ganong bagay, mga technical stuff like time, temperature. So, it becomes a science in that way. And it becomes an art kasi you can be creative with it in the end. So, now that you applied yung technical part of it, pwede mo mag-decide na parang anong flavors yung i-mix ko. So, doon ka naging creative. And then how you decorate your food. So, doon ka naging creative. It becomes an art kasi you can make decisions na outside the technical part. Kasi kahit may recipes tayo, kaya natin siya i-tweak. Parang karoon tayo ng onting changes. So, from technical, naging creative ka. So, in that way, doon na-apply yung pagiging artist niya.
How do you express yourself in your own food? Like, how do you put yourself through your work?
I think for the most part, it would be how you present your dish in the end. Kasi sa laboratory, lagi kami binibigyan ng same recipe. It's how you interpret it in a way. Kasi hindi naman ikaw tinuturuan na gawin mo tong recipe and then you do this plating. Walang ganun sa amin. So, you're given the recipe to follow and then it is up to us kung paano naman siya plate. So, doon lumalabas yung presentation namin. Doon lumalabas yung influence namin sa food is how we plate our food.
Are there any unique skills or lessons that one can learn or gather from doing your kind of work?
So other than yung skills, technical skills like cooking and your knife skills, ang mga na dito you can also learn from your professors and mentors. So pwede sila mag-share ng recipes and how mga tips and tricks kumbaga nila sa kitchen na you can't always learn from online or from reading. Dapat talaga from experience. So yun yung one of the lessons. And then also, I learned that in cooking, hindi lang siya parang solo journey. It's not just a solo journey. So, even though chef ka, you have to still work with other people. So, in a way, nagiging collaborative art siya. So, it's a collaborative art because you work with other people and then you learn teamwork and collaboration through that art form.
Speaking of your professors po, do you have like a certain professor na parang nag-stick talaga sa'yo yung technique niya and ginagamit mo from future na mga endeavors mo sa kitchen?
Yes, I have. So yung unang naiisip is si last chef ko nung last laboratory, si Chef Jolie. And tinuro sa amin is more on the preparation and setup. So, tinuruan kami ng mise en place. Mise en place meaning yung preparation ng ingredients mo, like paano siya nakaset up. Kumbaga, if you look at the kitchen, may mga nakaset up nila, nakahiwalay yung sibuyas, yung bawang, nakahiwalay na yung mga ingredients in different containers. And then, yun yung, I guess, biggest lesson ko from him is yung organization and how you prep your station. Kasi when you prep your station, pwede mo siya dalhin kahit saan kahit anong setup. Even nga sa bahay, kaya mo dalhin mo yung setup na yun. Kung gano'n ka kaarte, as gusto mo naka-setup lahat. So yun yung biggest lessons na I still remember and apply today from my mentor.
How do you think these particular skills that you've attained can benefit from other people?
What do you mean by can benefit from other people?
How can it benefit people pala po? I'm sorry.
How can it benefit people? I guess, so dun sa organization and mise en place yung setup, it benefits other people kasi organized lahat nung setup. Everything is organized. And when you're sharing your workspace with other people, being organized, having like a setup, will definitely benefit them in being efficient. Tapos, nagagawa nila yung trabaho ng maayos. And then, when you do your stuff like properly, efficiently, doon nababawasan yung accidents, kumbaga. Kasi pag magulo yung setup, syempre yung mindset rin ng mga kasama mo would be magulo rin. Tapos, pag lahat kayo nagkakagulo sa kitchen setup, bound na may mangyayaring masama or like mistakes na mangyayari. So, ayun, it is very beneficial in that way.
How do you view the current art industry and all forms of art under it, particularly Philippines?
So, from our observation lang naman, yung culture natin pagdating sa arts, yung mga artists natin, as Filipinos kasi, we're very supportive once na may nakalagay na Filipino, di ba? Like, makita mo lang na Filipino yung person, super supportive ka. Pero yung napapansin ko nga is, this is very common yung kung kailan successful, saka lang sila nagsusupport. Pero when it's starting out, maraming salita yung mga tao. So, pag mag-start ka pa lang, there's a lot to prove. Maraming sinasabi yung mga tao. So, for example, rin sa mga artists, di ba? Kahit nagsisimula ka pa lang, parang magsasabi sa'yo na parang di ka maging successful in that career or track. Kasi sa arts talaga ang hirap hanapan ng trabaho kasi dito sa Philippines, sa culture natin, sa industry natin, parang feeling ko mas na-validate yung mga types of work tulad ng engineering, ng doctor, ng education, mga ganong fields, mas valid yun sa mga ibang tao. So, parang ngayon, yung mga artists, parang nahihirapan sila maghanap ng opportunities kasi sa simula pa lang, marami ng mga sinasabi yung mga tao kahit nagsisimula pa lang sila. Ayun.
Can you relate this in your field in some way?
Kasi, in a way, I relate to the arts, dun sa track ko na arts, sa general in arts. Kasi, parang iniisip ng tao na parang hindi siya yung career na tulad ng doctor, hindi siya yung career na tulad ng teacher kasi mas familiar tayo dun eh. Eh yung chef, parang hindi pa siya ganun ka-recognized here. I mean, we can see examples ng recognition ng mga chefs, pero hindi siya yung widely accepted na parang it's a professional career. Kasi marami pa rin nag-iisip na pag chef ka, para magluluto ka lang. Like, yun lang, as simple as that, magluluto ka lang. And wala ka nang mangyayari. Pero in actuality, marami talagang ginagawa. Hindi lang siya luto-luto kasi you have to prep yung recipe, saan mo makukuha yung ingredients mo. Maraming technical aspects na hindi lang diretso dun sa food. Lalo na kung business ka or restaurant ka, maraming aspects na hindi lang magluluto-luto lang. And also yung I had experience before syempre, you're young, high school ka pa lang. And then, ako yung one of, I think nasa section namin, ako lang yung magpupursue ng chef. And then, sa buong batch namin, bilang lang yung mga taong gustong magpunta dito sa track na to. And, pag sinishare ko yun, na parang, mag-culinary arts ako, sinasabi ng iba kong kaklase na nasabihan ako talaga na, huwag ka na, parang sayang naman yung talino mo kung mag-chef ka lang. Kasi iniisip siguro nila, luto-luto lang. Eh, nung high school ako, part 3 na ako ng honor roll. So, parang iniisip nila na parang, sayang yung talino mo sis, parang mag-doctor ka na lang sa talino mo. Parang ganong level. Parang yun yung sinasabi nila. Pero, ayun yung nangyayari sa akin. Nasabihan rin ako na parang sayang talino mo, parang mag-chef ka lang. Pero, ayun, I have my own plans naman. Paano ko yung ma-achieve. So, on my part, parang okay lang din. Hinayaan ko na lang din yung mga taong nagsabi naman.
Kaya kailangan talaga marinig nila yung ilan ang salary mo per month para bigyan nila ng yung profession mo, bigyan nila ng pansin, which is very frustrating talaga. Pero what skills do you attain in these types of things para to become successful sa field na to? Also, skills na para hindi mo talaga mapansin yung mga taong nagbabash ng course na kinuha.
I think, other than skills, I think kailangan mo ng right attitude eh. So, if you're committed talaga dun sa career mo, and you trust in yourself na kaya mo itong gawing career, parang yung mga other na pinagsasabi nila, parang background noise na lang din. Kasi alam mo yung ginagawa mo eh, confident ka, committed ka dito sa track na to. So, when I decided na, gusto ko mag-chef, committed na ako sa idea na yun. So, yung mga others na naman sinasabi nila, parang ini-ignore ka na rin. Kasi actually, sa totoo nga, nung high school pa ako, although supportive naman yung parents ko both, nung na-mention ko sa tatay ko na mag-chef ako, parang hindi siya sa akin believe na para mag-chef ako. Baka kasi iniisip niya na experience niya yun, tapos hindi niya yun nakikita para sa akin. Kasi siguro naisip niya na parang mahirap rin naman yung industry kasi hindi na talaga siya luto-luto. Kailangan mo literal na hard work. So, kailangan mo rin maglinis ng kusina. Legit yung mga ganyang bagay. Ikaw maglilinis ng kusina, ikaw mag-set up. So, maraming hard work doon eh. Ayun.
You already know na, you've already mentioned, and I think a lot of people naman na ganun, parang may stigma sa culinary arts. How do you wish people would view your kind of work? Do you wish that it will be viewed differently? Bakit?
I think they should view yung culinary arts as an actual career, an actual profession. Kasi marami pa rin sa akin nagtatanong na pag culinary arts ka, ano ba yung trabaho mo? Hindi pa sila aware kung ano ba ang pwedeng nangyari. And when you're in culinary arts, marami kang avenues na pwedeng pagpuntahan. So you can work sa barko, you can work at a restaurant, you can work at a hotel. Pwede ka rin mag-abroad and work in other establishments noon. You can have your own business. You can have your own catering service. So maraming avenues. You can also be a prof, you can be a professor, you can work for companies, you can work for food companies like Del Monte, mga 555, like, hindi natin napapansin, pero food yan eh. Food yung mga kinoconsume natin everyday. And there are chefs behind that food. Kahit yung mga chichirya, small bits and products na nabibili sa grocery, hindi natin yun alam. Pero may mga chefs or professionals dyan na nag-work para makagawa ng product na yun. So, sobrang marami talaga ng opportunity sa culinary arts. And I hope na ma-validate nila na parang may mapupuntahan ka pa nag-aral ka ng culinary arts, especially kung passionate ka dun sa track mo. And also, sana naman, during the pandemic, di ba, kasi maraming mga food businesses. And then, mas lalo na ngayon, kasi yung mga online businesses, mga start up. And then, this also relates since other artists. Feeling ko rin, during the pandemic, they started selling their work. Para kumbaga sa amin, we are selling our products and they're selling their work, their artwork. Tapos, may mga kakilala ko na would have their own small businesses. Tapos, yung mga customer, hello, clear ba? Okay naman yung audio. Okay. So, yung mga friends ako na and kaklase na may mga small businesses, tapos meron silang mga stories na magbebenta sila ng product, tapos may mga tao pa rin magsasabi na, ay, ang mahal naman ng product mo. Tapos sabihin nila na parang, ay, ba't ang mahal? Pwede naman namin gawin sa bahay eh. Ganyan, ba't ang mahal-mahal? Para ingredients lang naman, mumura lang naman yung mga ingredients. Pero hindi na naiisip na parang there's work. Yung binabayaran mo, hindi lang yung ingredients, yung work, yung time and effort. Same rin to sa mga artworks ng ibang tao, di ba? For example, magbebenta ka ng painting sa ibang tao, sabihin ng tao, ay, para paint lang naman yan, tapos canvas, patang mahal-mahal, mumurahin lang naman yung capital mo, tapos ibibenta mo ng ganito kamahal. And they don't realize na yung binabayaran nila is yung time, yung effort, yung skills, yung talent, lahat ng mga hindi lang actuality. So, I hope na yung mga tao na would view culinary arts and arts in general as an actual profession, and then dapat talaga, they should pay properly kasi produkto yung inaano nila, binibenta. And it's like valid naman na maghingi sila ng ganitong value since mahirap yung ginagawa nila. Ayun.
It is often overlooked, no? Or like underappreciated. It would be too late for them to appreciate kung ma-realize nila na importante pala ito, because you already know that culinary arts is a very noble and a very amazing profession. But do you think there are any types of disadvantages or advantages that are unique to your field, and what are these?
Okay, so for the advantage, I think mas maraming job opportunities sa amin na stable. Kasi, for example, kakagraduate mo lang sa culinary arts, you want to work in the kitchen, you can find a job na would pay you monthly kasi you're an employee, kumbaga. Eh kung artist ka, hindi lahat ng companies, and limited rin naman yung number of companies ang mag-hire ng mga artists to do work for them. So in a way, maraming mga artists ngayon na kumbaga parang per project yung payment. And hindi lahat nabibigyan ng opportunity na na ma-employ na isang company. Compared sa amin, I feel like since ang raming establishments sa amin, ang raming food establishments, ang raming businesses, ang raming pwedeng pasukan, mas maraming opportunities na makahanap na trabaho na stable sa kitchen. So yun yung advantage sa amin. And then also, another advantage sa amin na isip ko is yung product namin, kaya namin i-consume, pwede namin kainin kasi it's food, di ba? Compared sa iba na parang you can appreciate it by looking at it. Parang hindi siya always interactive. Sa amin kasi is interactive kasi nahawakan namin after And not all kasi ng arts nahahawakan ng physically. Sa amin nahahawakan namin and then we can eat it for our own consumption. Pero still, hindi naman ganun always yung case kasi sometimes you cook for other people, not for yourself. Lalo na kung employee ka lang. So yun yung advantage.
Do you think these advantages or disadvantages help appeal to people who are interested in joining or pursuing their work in this field?
Yes, kasi we always decide sa mga career and track na sa tingin natin would be beneficial to us. And then kung maganda naman yung mga advantage, syempre mas maging interested tayo sa track na yun. I guess it depends kung anong klaseng advantage ang hinahanap mo.
Yung mga disadvantages po, do you think na the experience, the people who will experience these advantages will take away their fun or enjoyment, their interest in this field?
I think yes, pero I feel like this also applies to many to other careers rin naman. So for sa amin, culinary arts, ang naiisip ko, ang greatest disadvantage is sobrang mahal mag-aral ng culinary arts. It's expensive and then hindi lahat kaya ma-afford pumunta sa culinary school and mag-spend ng tens and thousands of pesos para lang mag-aral ka at magluto. So yun yung one of the disadvantage. And then also naisip ko rin, another disadvantage is yung competition. Kasi I feel like habang tumatagal, mas maraming mga taong nag-join ng career nito, ng culinary arts. Maraming interested sa culinary arts. And eventually, anong gagawin ng isang company sa 40 plus graduates na parehas yung course? Diba? So it becomes very competitive rin talaga when you're actually in the industry kasi pare-pares lang naman kayo ng pinag-aralan. And then, I guess that's a disadvantage. It is very competitive. Lalo na sobrang rami ng companies, sobrang rami ng manpower. And also, it's very expensive rin to enter this career. Ayun.
I have seen your YouTube channel po. Di ba may YouTube channel ka po, Mix Alzessa?
Yes, I do. I talk about this.
Yes.
Yes.
I've heard na yung tuition ng culinary arts, it ranges from makaabot siya 100,000. Tama ba?
Yes, almost per term. Almost 100,000. Pero this is only for our school. And yung school namin is a 4-year degree course. Iba rin po pag short course, yung mga 2-year and yung test accredited. So it's different. But in my experience, kung gusto mong culinary school talaga, pwede ka umamot ng 100,000 per term. That's only term. Tapos 3 terms pa kami. Tapos ilang taon pa kami mag-aaral. So it's very expensive talaga.
Anong masabi mo sa mga future culinary students with the terms of tuition? Anong masabi mo sa kanila para they would continue to pursue this course?
Yes. So, I mentioned rin dun sa YouTube channel ko, I made a video about this rin na parang there are many ways in becoming a chef. It's not only one road. You don't have to go to a culinary school para maging chef. So, there are many ways na para maging chef ka. And then, I also recommended na maybe try the TESDA route. Kasi sa totoo lang, I don't think na people recognize TESDA as much. Pero maganda yung TESDA kasi it's a short course and it already teaches you lahat ng basics and yung pinaka-important part sa cooking. And you can already work ka agad after taking the TESDA. It's only short course lang. So, if you can't afford culinary schools, maybe go the TESDA route. And also, may scholarships rin kasi yung school namin. So, maybe try to apply. Kasi I have classmates who are fully paid sa tuition nila kasi they are scholars. So, maybe if you're interested, research kayo about scholarships na available sa mga schools. Sayang naman.
Were there any setbacks or difficulties like maltreatment and the like that you faced in the start and even at the current point of your career in this field?
Yes. So, kanina lang, we talked about the tuition and then yung financial difficulties. So, yun yung una mong ma-face when you want to start to study culinary arts is magkano ba mag-start mag-aral. So, yun yung first difficulty talaga na I feel like a lot of people would relate to. Kasi ang mahal talaga, sis. Mahal talaga siya. And then, in terms of maltreatment, I wouldn't say it's maltreatment, pero I guess it's, para sa akin, mas exposed kasi ako sa ganito is yung mas dalas kang there are times na mapapagalitan ka talaga in the kitchen. May mga times na pwede kang masigawan sa kitchen. May mga times na pwede kang murahin sa kitchen. And ito pala is from what my professors have told us na parang there are times daw na umiyak sila in the kitchen kasi napagalitan sila ng chef nila. So, I'm trying to prepare myself na pagalitan ako in the future, pero hindi pa rin natin alam. Pero I do have this one experience nung nag-aaral pa lang ako. One time sa laboratory, I did have an experience na parang napagalitan or nasabihan na rin in a way. Ang nangyari kasi, this is midterms. So in midterms, merong papagawin sa'yo yung chef and you have to do it and then that's how you pass the midterms. And then one time, ang midterm namin is to make pancakes from scratch, yung batter. And then, I was trying to follow the recipe. And then, I didn't know how to measure correctly. Pag baking kasi, mga ganyan na mix, dapat accurate ka sa measurement. And then, basically, I don't know kung anong naisipan ko. Naisipan ko na, ito pala yung measurement niyan. And then nilagay ko lang. And then when we were mixing na the batter, sobrang mali nung outcome. And then lumapit yung prof namin sa amin and asking kung ano nangyari sa batter nyo. Hindi dapat yung ganyan. Tapos, ang nangyari nun, ginawa nyo ba yung recipe? And I'm like, oo naman, ginawa naman yung recipe. Pero sa loob-looban ko, na-realize ko na parang hindi ko finalo exactly yung recipe. Parang may onting tsamba. And then, tinanong na ng prof ko na, sino nag-measure ng ingredients? Ako lang naman yung nag-measure ng ingredients. So, kinabahan na ako. So, ang nangyari nun, biglang nag-switch yung attitude ng prof ko. Parang medyo naramdam ko na yung galit niya. Tapos, ang nangyari nun, pinaulit sa akin yung buong batter. Syempre, mali yung recipe, so matatapon yun, sayang, diba? So, pinaulit sa akin yung buong batter. Tapos, nilapitan niya ako na parang, paano mo yan mineasure? Pakita mo nga sa akin kung paano mo mineasure. So, on the spot ako, ito po, chef, ginawa ko po ito, ganyan. And then, ramdam ko na sobrang mali yung ginawa ko. Tapos, titignan ko ng masama ng chef ko. And then, ang ginawa niya, pinaulit niya sa akin, and then I had to do it properly. Sinabihan niya na kung paano gawin. But while I was doing it and trying to measure it na, habang ginagawa ko na yung repeat ko, habang sinasermonan niya ako doon, hinawakan niya ako sa shoulder. Parang, like parang yung friend mong aakbayan ka, sabihan ka in person na parang, sis, mali yung ginagawa mo. Parang ganon. Pero at a personal level, sabihin niya na, susunod na gagawin mo to, siguraduhin mo na ganito, ganyan. Pero ramdam ko yung sa tone lang ng boses niya and then how he approached me. Parang sobrang natakot ako kasi di pa ako nakapagalitan ng ganun. And yeah, I guess yun yung one of the most memorable moments na napagalitan ako. Kasi after napagalitan ako, mali pa rin yung batter namin. Tapos nakailang ulit kami. Tapos sobrang na-frustrate ako. Tapos, ang nangyari, nag-take over na lang yung chef namin sa luto namin. Tapos, sobrang na-stress siya sa amin kasi maling-mali yung ginawa namin. And basically, after nung nangyari na yon, sobrang na-frustrate ako sa sarili ko na parang, oh no, mali yung ginawa ko. Tapos, midterms pa. So, ang nangyari nun, after nung lahat ng ganap, tinatry ko i-keep yung iyak ko sa loob kasi napapagalitan na ako. Tapos sobrang mali nung lahat ng ginagawa ko. Kasi stress na sa akin yung mga groupmates ko kasi ako yung nagkakamali. So after nung lahat ng mangyari, tapos na yung class, the soonest I can go out, lumabas ako, tapos medyo naiyak ako sa CR kasi sobrang frustrate ko kasi napagalitan ako. Ganon.
Ako sa'yo, talang umiyak ako while gagawin ko yung butter dahil maiyakin akong tao, hindi ko yun kaya. Pero how did you really deal with it? Parang held in mo lang yung iyak mo, or how did you really deal with these types of mga maltreatment, kumbaga?
Hindi mo siya maltreatment, pero ayan. Ang ginawa ko kasi, while sinisirungan ako, hindi ako mag-eye contact. Hindi ko carry mag-contact talaga kasi nararamdaman ko na yung galit niya sa akin. So, lahat na lang ng sinasabi niya, sabihin ko na lang, yes, chef, yes, chef, yes, chef. Ganun na lang. You have to listen and you have to agree kung anong sinasabi niya. And then, dapat mo tatandaan, para next time, hindi ka na mapapagalitan. Ganun lang din naman yun. You need to learn how to listen. Tapos, huwag kang sasagot-sagot. Yes, chef lang. Kasi it's your professor eh.
What is your advice to others if they will deal this similar na setback?
If other people would experience this, sa totoo lang, super light lang anong experience ko kasi may mga times rin na nakakwento ng iba kong classmates is natatapunan ng kutsara. Tinatapunan ng kutsara. Pag hindi nakikinig kasi, hindi kasi nakikinig yung student, so pinapunan siya ng kutsara. Ganun naman. Nothing too bad. May mga kwento rin yung prof ko na one time sobrang galit niya, sinigawan niya yung buong class. As in yung buong class sinigawan niya. Tapos may mga times na hot pan, ibabagsak sa harapan mo, like sa table, like pag mali. So yung talaga, sobrang light lang talaga yung experience na yun. Pero it's still memorable. So advice ko talaga sa other people, if you do experience na parang sinisigawan ka, in the moment, huwag ka masyadong mag-react and then makinig ka lang. And then, you try to absorb kung ano yung mga sinasabi nila. And then, after ng experience na yun, have some time na pag-isipan mo, ano ba yung ginawa kong mali? Ba't ba ako napagalitan ng chef ko? And then, if there would be a time na abuse na pala yun, at least you will have that time to reflect na, ako ba yung mali? Or medyo abuso na yung prof ko? Kasi may thin line eh. May thin line ng sermon, may thin line ng abuso. So I guess you need time to reflect talaga on yourself kung mali ba talaga yung ginagawa mo, or you actually or medyo abusive yung your boss ba or your supervisor. Pero most cases naman is the only reason na magagalit sa'yo yung chef is pag may mali ka. So you need to reflect ano ba yung mali mo talaga.
How can you avoid these types of things? How can you avoid na mapagalitan?
Ano yun? How can you avoid?
How can you avoid these types of setbacks in this industry?
I think it's para sa kitchen ka, it's very important that you listen to the instructions well. And then you follow the recipe well. You have to double check kung tama ba yung ginagawa mo. So to avoid na mapagalitan, avoid na magkamali, make sure, double check mo before you start doing something na tama. So before you approach pagluluto, hindi ka na mag-start magluluto without checking the recipe, right? So you have to double check kung ano yung sabi ng recipe. And then if you have questions, you can always approach yung chef. Yeah. And so make sure na you're doing things properly when you are working.
So do you see yourself working in this field in the future?
Yes, I do. Kasi I do imagine myself working sa kitchen setup. I do imagine myself working in a kitchen setup, and then hopefully sa isang hotel, restaurant sa isang hotel. That's how I hope to see myself in the.
What are your reasons to continue pursuing this type of work?
So, first is, I want to continue being a chef kasi ultimately gusto kong magkaroon ng sarili kong restaurant. And for me, I feel like the best way to have your own restaurant is to experience first from the bottom. You need to know kasi yung levels. Before you become a chef kaagad, you need to learn from the bottom kasi you have a lot to learn pa eh. So, I do want to continue kasi eventually, if I continue this career, I would learn a lot and then I would be able to apply this to my future goal, which is to have a restaurant.
So, what makes you stay rooted in this field? Kasi minsan, reasons are not enough, diba? That you have to have something na will keep your feet on the same path papunta sa your profession. What is this?
I think it's remembering why you decided to enter the track. Kasi before you decide, diba, there's always a reason. So, ngayon, 4th year na ako, and then, pandemic pa, wala pang face-to-face, I have to go back and think, bakit nga ba ako ng culinary arts? Hindi naman ako nakakapagluto ngayong pandemya. So, I have to go back, and then, syempre, yung reasons ko, iba rin naman sa ibang tao, right? But for me personally, I wanted to choose culinary arts track kasi yun yung pangarap ko, it's my dream. It's how I see myself in the future, working in the kitchen as a chef, having my own restaurant. So, tinatry ko i-push na tapusin yung itong career na or itong track, itong culinary arts na track. Kasi I know na going this route will help me achieve yung future goals ko. Ayun.
Given the opportunity, would you leave this field, for example, like bigyan ka ng scholarship na mag-pursue ka ng doctor? Would you do it?
Good question. Kung doktor tatanungin, hindi ko siya tatanggapin kasi ang hirap maging doktor. Oh my God, hindi ko kaya mag-exam. But kung other track, sa totoo lang, before, my second option, other than becoming a chef, would be a teacher. Kasi I have a passion of teaching rin eh. That's why I had rin my YouTube channel, tapos na-enjoy ko rin magsalita. Kasi I do like talking to other people about my experience. And then teaching them kung ano yung alam ko. So I do have a passion for teaching. So if I was given the opportunity na, sige, change career ka, magiging teacher ka na. Feeling ko, hindi ko pa rin siya kukunin. Kasi, ang sa totoo lang, it's more on the financial aspect eh. I feel like I will thrive more financially in this career kaysa mag-teacher ako. Kasi here, you can have your own business. And then you don't have restrictions na parang pag-teacher ka, you have your commitment with your students. It's not always na pwede ka mag-business tapos mag-thrive ka eh. And then, kung compare ko here, I can have my own independence if I choose to. Like, set up my own business kasi meron na akong background. So, if I was given the opportunity to change career, I feel like I would. Kasi financially, I can't afford to.
Where do you see the food industry in the Philippines going in the future? Or how do you view the food industry in general in the future?
So, ngayon, yung food industry kasi, ang rami nagsarang businesses, di ba? Kahit locally lang, makikita mo, ang rami ng businesses na forever closed. But at the same time, ang rami ring business ang nag-open ngayong pandemya. Kasi there are like trends rin kasi pagdating sa restaurant. For example, yung mga dine-in, mas nabawasan, and now, uso na yung mga take-out, food panda, mga ganung bagay. So in the future, I do expect na may mga businesses, after ng pandemic, for example, may mga businesses na magpo-close, but there are always businesses na mag-open. So I do think na magta-thrive pa rin yung food industry in the future. Kasi it's food, it's essential. Hindi pwedeng mawala yung food. So, I do think na magta-thrive yung food industry in the future kasi more businesses will open. But at the same time, it will be competitive since ang rami ng businesses, di ba? So, you have to think in the future kung mag-iisip ka na mag-business, ano yung competitive edge ko? Kasi by then, it will be na. So, ganon. So, you have to think, if you want to become a restaurant owner, you have to think, ano ba yung kailangan mong gawin so you can keep up with the food industry.
How do you wish to impact others with your work in general?
I want to be like my professors. Kasi I want to teach rin in the future, become an instructor. So I want to have the same influence that my professors had on me. So I want to teach, I want to help other students become chefs if yun yung pangarap nila. And also in the future, if I work, I hope, if I do work like in the industry, I just hope na makakatulong ako sa mga workmates ko to have like a safe working environment. Kasi sa totoo, I'm expecting to learn from them more than I can give them learnings. Kasi starting pa lang sa industry, di ba? And then eventually, pag nagkaroon na ako ng sariling business, I hope na I can impact my employees na maging successful sila and make sure na may natutunan sila while they're working with me.
Makikita po talaga ang passion mo as a teacher, Miss Alzessa, and I really like it. Do you think that working in the food industry is greatly beneficial to oneself? How so, in what ways?
I think it's very beneficial to anyone. It can apply to anyone kasi food is very universal. Kahit sino pwede mag-enter ng food industry. You're a stay-at-home mom, you can have your own home business na food. You're a student, you can have your own online business. So it can be universal kasi food. So it can be beneficial kasi anyone can enter and then anyone can find an opportunity sa food industry.
I think we are at the end of our interview. Thank you so much, Miss Alzessa. Your answers were very great and definitely worth sharing for. We've really learned a lot. Kung hindi lang po ako takot sa talsik ng mantika, baka nag-culinary na rin ako. Let's have a photo op para sa documentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, pose po muna. 1, 2... Isa pa? Thank you so much. So time flies so fast and that's all for today. Again, thank you so much, Miss Alzessa, for accepting our invitation and being here with us. You may listen more to Miss Alzessa in her YouTube channel called Zessa. That's Zessa, and you may subscribe. Hoping for a bright future with you, Miss Alzessa, and keep safe always po. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me.